This is new. I'm trying to do a different setup, but we're gonna talk about how this dude wanted me to go to his military base, and it was creepy and it was weird. I did not do it, but let's get into it. So this is a little bit of a story time. As y'all know, if y'all follow the chronicles of this one dude that I talk about, I've only talked to two dudes from military base last year. They were from the same base. It was toxic, but I ended things. And this dude got the nerve to ask me to go to his base, and I want to tell y'all how this came about. So this dude is stationed in Groton, Connecticut. He has two kids and a baby mother. I think that baby mother is still his wife. He alleged that he got divorced within a year, but from his Facebook, that's not what I see. I didn't check his Facebook until recently because he was still hitting me up. I did not contact him. I did not reply. I did not say anything, but he had the nerve to hit me up and call me. It's the panic. Like, you know when a dude panics and they text you and then they call you and you know something's up. Like, they try to find a place to stay for the night or something. So the dude did that, and I'm like, yo, bro, I've been stopped talking to you. I've been stopped chatting to you. So I go ahead and look at his Facebook because I was curious. I was like, what did I miss about him? Like, I was like, what did I miss that he was so terrible? Why didn't I get this from the jump? I didn't get this till maybe a few months ago. I would say we ended things in May. We were talking for like, I would say just 2 months or so. We did sleep together. I think it was like April, so March, April. I think in March, yeah. So it was like 2 months or so. It ended things in beginning of June. Summer came along. He wanted to have his thing along, da da da, everywhere. Go ahead, do you. So trying to get to the point where I'm trying to tell you how he wanted me to come to his base. I've dated military guys before. I literally almost did the military wife thing and did not go through with it because I was like, oh hell no. But I was basically abroad in Italy at one point in my life, living with my boyfriend, and he was in the Air Force, and I understand everything. I get everything military. I just will not join it. So basically it was during the time of my birthday. So let's skip back. This is like December time, right? This is the winter time. And he's texting me, I'm texting him. We are cordial, but we're not on good terms. And I just wanted to talk it out with him, as in have a conversation. Cause we had in-depth conversations about many things. And I was like, I just want to talk. Let's have a conversation. I don't want to hook up. I was being too nice. I wanted to have a conversation. This guy was not thinking about that. He was thinking about getting in my pants. Okay, I was not. I was trying to believe he was not a bad person because we got on such a speaking level of so many different things, like very deep connection. I was just like, there's no way he can be terrible. Like, I just want to be friends and not even have hookups. Like, I just want to squash it. Let's be chill. Talk maybe twice a year. Hi, how you doing? Nothing like that. That's not what this man wanted. I needed to wake up and understand that's not what he wanted. He didn't want that. He wanted me, period. He wanted to, yes, he wanted me. And I needed to wrap my head around how he could not be a good person because of that. So we're talking or whatever, and I was just like, you could come to New York because he's stationed in Groton, Connecticut. His kids in Detroit, his baby mama in Detroit. Meanwhile, sometimes his kids be in Florida. So I don't have time for it. So I said, because I don't drive to no man. So I'm like, all right, if you want to talk, let's go meet up in New York City. Like, let's have a conversation. You can come to me. That's my thing. I'm not gonna let no man make me go to them. I did that when I was like 19. Never again. Like, I'm not like, come on, no. So he goes, that ish is I don't want to say that ish is unalive, I guess. He's saying, I'm not doing that if every time I gotta drive to you, da da da. Mind you, because he always drinking in the military, specifically in the Navy, they drink a lot. If you notice base, I think it's in Mystic, Connecticut or something like that, Groton. It's in that area. A lot of the black men, they drink a lot and they drive all the way through New York, and the state troopers pull them over and do nothing about it because they're in the military. I know this. I don't care. Let somebody in the military comment and say, oh wait till you tell me you were in the military. Yeah, no, I just know niggas, period. I'm on it, and I will warn other women about it. So take a seat. Take a seat. Anyways, so he's not wanting to drive because his car's probably wrecked. A lot of Florida men tend to wreck their cars as well. I don't know what's up with them driving and being saucy, but that's what they do, and that's what they do in the military. So then he got the nerve to text me. This man texted me and said, You could drive to me. Mind you, I have a used car, so I was like, with what car? I said to him, and I just found it so baffling because I have an apartment, I have my own place, I have everything. I told him we could meet at the spa in New York City, go out to eat, and just have a conversation, calm things down, because I really feel like he was mad because I was like, I'm not on the BS that you're on. I'm not gonna be anyone to you, and then you have a baby mother, wife, whatever. I'm just not gonna do it. Fool me once, you're not gonna fool me twice. I feel bad for your situation, but I think that's me as a woman too, where I should have just clipped it there, because he's a bad person. He's a dog. Okay? But it's so crazy because I know this, as women, we get in a spot where we start thinking like, yo, like, this person, we had deep conversations, like, yo, like, how could you be a terrible person? Like, you didn't show this. But when they show you, that's when it's time to leave. So I'm taking accountability. So this is like December time, after messages have conspired, nothing serious has happened throughout from May to December. Nothing has gotten better. So he's still bothering me. So I'm like, do you want to have a conversation? I'm not hooking up with you ever again. Like, I'll have a conversation. So I prefer to meet him in a public setting. That's why I asked to go to New York City. I did not mind meeting him in New York City. So then he's like, no, I don't want to do that. He's also broke. He doesn't want to say he's broke, but he's broke. The military don't pay you much. I'm going to tell you something as well. If a man in the Navy can't tell you what he does in the Navy, he's probably military police and he doesn't want to talk about it. And as a black man, he's probably messed up in the head. Them things that, once you become military police and you black in the Navy, you're done. Like, your mental is gone. Like, it's boom, done. At that point, you might as well think that you're white. Quite frankly. So he basically is telling me this, and I say, with what car? And he goes, oh, well, you could take the train from New York. This man said you could take the train from New York all the way out to Groton, Connecticut. Mind you, that train probably stops in New London, and then I would have to try to figure out how to get to Groton or Mystic or whatever you want to call this place where the Navy base is in Connecticut. So I'm like, first of all, I'm not doing it. But that's where our relationship ended. That's where I stopped answering messages from him. And it was around my birthday time too. Dude didn't say happy birthday, no nothing. This was right before my birthday too. I was like, I'm glad I ended it, but I ain't gonna lie, it does feel good when this man hits me up and tries to bother me, and I'm like, you bum, like what? Like, I ended things. I will never go back to you, and you will never have a chance at me ever again, not even to be a friend, my nigga. Like, that feels good. I don't care, that feels good. But that's what I want to talk about. Like, why did I entertain it? I made a connection with him on a different level that I haven't in a long time. And men know that. They take advantage of that. And ultimately, I let my guard down. I placed too much empathy on this person when I just realized they were a terrible person. It was like this person was trying to change when they met me and realized they couldn't change because I had all the green flags, and they said, you know what, I'm going to go search for something dumb. I want everything with a red flag because I can't be good. I'm a failure. And this is a thing that a lot of black men go through, where they think because they have all these red flags, they feel like they've messed up at something again. They feel like they cannot be with someone who is a good person. They feel like they cannot get to a point where they can acknowledge their mistakes. So instead, they just keep drinking, cussing, fighting. The military, the Navy, and specifically this one base in Groton with the barracks and ish like that, is the worst base you could be at. I don't know how the one is in Chicago or in San Diego, but I'm going to be honest with you. This military base, this Navy base in Connecticut, I kid you not. If you are a black man, you are going through hell, my guy. Like, you are not going to have fun. You are going to want to leave that base every single day. You are going to want to come to New York, Boston, Providence, Rhode Island, and you're going to want to fiddle around with all the women that you can while your wife is sitting up with her kids in another state. That's the game of this military base in Groton, Connecticut. It is. It is. And I'm glad I'm making this video because I want to put it out there. I want women to know. I want women to be aware, like, oh, shoot, you from New York, you from Providence, you from here, you from Long Island, you from Boston. I want you to literally, as soon as a man says, yo, I'm at the Navy base in Connecticut, be like, skirt, out my face. Get out my face. I heard about that base. Get out my face. Get out my face. Now, when it comes to the Air Force and the Coast Guard, you have better chances, ladies. Like, dating men or women or a person, they got their ish together for the most part. They got their ish together for the. When I tell you, your girl was living lavish. Your girl was living lavish when I was living in Italy with my man back then. If that's the lifestyle you want and the person that you come across, and I'm not going to say choose, I'm just saying if this is their career and they come across you, just know. Like, preferably those branches. The Army, the Marines, the Navy, trash. The worst men to deal with. I want to give you this advice because this is the occupation a lot of men, and lifestyle, a lot of black men choose because they don't want to go to jail. They see themselves on a route to go to jail, which is the ones I dealt with. Not all of them, but the two that I dealt with that went to the Navy, they scamming, selling. You would have been like, how did you get in there? Like, trust me, them things get expunged. They wait their time, apply. They have their kids. They mess up on all these women. They give women all types of stuff because at the Navy, they can go get tested like that. It's just don't deal with it. But yeah, he had the nerve to ask me to drive, and I might make this thumbnail a little funny. I just want to have fun. Like, I'm probably gonna do my content like this now because this is a more fun, less intimidating way to make a video. I feel like the other ways I was making a video was so daunting and dreadful, but this is really fun. Like, I feel like I'm talking to somebody, and it's hard to talk to nobody and be on YouTube. But anyways, for this man to ask me to drive to that base or anything was crazy. And to take a train, just imagine, let's talk about this. You know what I think he was probably trying to do? Because men like to showboat. When they're on those nasty bases, like, and I never, well, no. In Italy, I did go to the American base. It was nice. It was nice. It had the jets and the, whew. I forgot where it was. I think it was in Sicily. It was like Aviano, Sicily, and it was like an Italian and American air base. And I'm afraid of like the outside of planes being near the jets a little bit. So I was just like, oh my God. But nevertheless, it was so fun being in Italy with my ex. I will say we did have good times. He was a good man, just had bad communication, and being in long distance, I didn't feel like dealing with that. So that's it. That's how that ended. But he was not a terrible person to me. He did not hurt me. We had a good time. Finances were great. Up in a penthouse in Italy. What else could you ask? So that's what I'm saying, girls. If y'all have a thing for military men or whatever, please choose the Air Force or the Coast Guard because, well, the Coast Guard, they might not be there, but at least they just Coast Guard, Air Force. Air Force at that. Just Air Force. Like, just, you'll have a better shot at a good life. So with that being said, a lot of men in the Navy cheat. A lot of them are nasty. A lot of them pass around stuff to each other on the base. A lot of them get influenced by their friends that are not good people. They create group chats of women that they are messing with. And that's what I think was happening probably with me because, well, they just were two different types of men. So I don't know. But all I have to say is the other dude that was from the same base, they didn't even know about each other. I don't think they did. But anyways, that's another conversation. The other dude that was from the base, the Haitian one that I always be talking about, he would drive literally 3 hours. Because when you coming from Groton, Connecticut, all the way to New York, you go through that New London traffic sometimes. And it's the traffic is the problem. It's not really the trip. It's like 2 hours. But to me, I'm not in New York City and I'm not in Long Island anymore. So I'm in upstate. So the drive is a little awkward, but it's like the same distance. It's one of those things where you drive this way is 2 hours and you drive that way is 2 hours. So it doesn't matter where that guy's going. But point blank period, this man drove through the snow. He drove through everything. This was the winter time. I met him before I met this other dude, the dude with the kids. And he would drive through snow and 6 hours tops, even if he had to go back in the same day just to do whatever, because we was hunching. I ain't gonna lie, we was hunching. We're not gonna talk about that, but it was the best time of my life. But I'm just trying to say, if a man wants to, he would. Like, if a man wants to, he would. I think this particular man wanted to humiliate me. He wanted me to show up on base. He wanted me to probably prance around so that people could see me. He wanted to humiliate me. He wanted me to probably drive all the way out there, not be let into base. He wanted to humble me. And I said, no, absolutely not. So after that, sorry, y'all. After that, he got the nerve, right? This is December. He got the nerve to text me, what you doing, and call me after the what you doing, like immediately. When a man texts you and then they call you like that, something's up. It's not, it's urgent. And they don't want to say it. This man tries to be nonchalant, but he's not nonchalant. He's not good at it. So I immediately decline that call, and I said, you that girl. You that girl. You that girl. You ended it back then, and you're ending it now, and continue to do so. So yeah, that's a little bizarre story of mine, but I'm just particularly wanting to say, you don't need to keep mess around. You don't. Even if you feel like, man, I got no luck with dating, because that's how I be feeling sometimes, right? But ultimately, good things are happening to me in my life and my best friend. Like, we are so close like this. She always reminds me, like, you have good things going for yourself. You don't need a man to make your life better. This is just someone to share your life with. And I think that might be another topic for another day too. You don't need someone to make your life better. You need someone to share your life with ultimately. And I think that's the thing we don't see in a lot of relationships. People think that they're or want to be with someone to make their lives better, but they should be with someone to share an amazing life with. I don't care how much money you do or don't have. It's about sharing an amazing life. And that's the end of that. Don't be driving to no military base. I'm going to make the thumbnail funny and quirky. I'm up in the middle of the night. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. I don't know. Feels good. Bye, y'all.